Hello and welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. Today we're in our Kennewick studio and we're talking to the newsmakers about what's going on in our community. My guest today is Randy Hayden. He's the Executive Director of the Port of Pasco.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. The airport remodel is coming along so nicely.
Looks great, doesn't it?
It really does.
We're so pleased. We had our grand opening about a month ago and we got to see the first phase opened up and it just looks beautiful. We've had great comments from all the customers who have flown through and just seen what a beautiful, fresh, modern, airy, light terminal we have to greet people coming into the Tricities and for us who live here to fly out of.
Yes, it's. I remember I moved to Yakima in 1989 and used to drive from Yakima to this airport to fly to Salt Lake maybe 4 to 6 times a year.
Oh, yeah?
And it really, until you started this, hadn't changed much.
Yeah, well,
all
it's been since 1986. Is the last time that we made any improvements to the airport. So we had a lot of that good 1980s mauve going on for many, many years, and so we're very glad to move on from that to some freshened colors and, of course, a lot more space for our passengers. And we've just opened up the first phase, but about another year and a half we'll be able to open the second phase of the project, which will add 2 additional gates, a whole new restaurant, and a gallery area so you can come to the airport, sit, look out on the airfield, and enjoy a nice lunch while you're waiting for your plane.
Well, it is a nice thing to do when you're there spending a little more time. And so now for your people who are coming through and giving you feedback, I'm sure sometimes you get an earful. What are they telling you?
A lot of good comments. I think people are excited to go through the terminal and see it looking so different and so nice and with so much more room. I think one of the things that we hear was when we had a temporary baggage claim area for you to pick up your bags, it was in an outdoor tent. And that was kind of interesting for us during the transition. Luckily, that is gone now. So some of the folks going through the airport now are glad to see that we're back in our permanent baggage claim area and there is no more tent.
Yes, the tent was a little bit hot and a little bit cold in the peak times.
Yes. We did what we could, but it was still a tent in the end. So,
well, my bags always got there on time.
Great,
so.
great, glad to hear it.
Now, lastly, I remember when we talked before this all started, I think everybody was just a tad nervous about how can you do such a major remodel and still keep a fully functional airport running, and you've done a really good job with that.
Yeah, well, thank you. We worked very hard at that. Our contractor and our airport staff have worked very hard to plan out ahead of time what things need to be closed and still keep the passengers moving through. So phase 1 was somewhat easy. We were able to block off and make that pretty smooth. The phase that we're in now is going to be a little bit more impactful on the customers flying through the airport. So we will still do our best to keep dust and noise to a minimum, but you will notice some different routes that you'll have to take to get through the airport. That'll stay in place until January 2017 when all of the construction will be done. And at that time, all the walls come down and the brand new terminal is open. So that'll be a great day to celebrate our new airport.
And then total cost, what did this improvement cost?
Yeah, the whole cost of the terminal project was $42 million, and much of that money is being paid for by our customers at the airport. There's a ticket fee that has been in effect since the 1980s, and it's specifically for passenger terminal improvements. And so that's what we've used. We've also got some federal funds to use on the project, as well as some reserve funds that we've been socking away for this terminal project.
So when this is all said and done, how will our new airport compare to others? And then will we have new flight service?
Yeah, well, we will have a beautiful airport. I think many times I fly through an airport and think, wouldn't it be nice? Well, we're going to have the newest and nicest airport when it's done. One of the exciting things is that we have just recently received a grant to help attract a new direct service to LA. So it takes us about a year to go out and talk to the airlines and find the right fit for who would like to provide that service. And when we get an airline on board, hopefully within a year, you'll start seeing the LAX route direct out of Pasco offered to our passengers.
People will go gaga for that. People will go to Disneyland. It'll be really fun.
Yeah, many things to do in LA, which is our #1 destination of where people are flying to now and staying is LA. So it really meets a demand both for the leisure traveler and our business community.
Yeah, I wish you the very best of luck finishing this off, and I know everybody is going to enjoy it. So thank you so much for bringing us the update, and I wish you good luck with this as you move forward.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Dana Cowley. This is Charter Local Edition Northwest.